our fruit of the day is the passion fruit.
Oh, this is called the garlic crispy fried passion fruit flower. I love it. Feels a little bit like artichoke.
Exactly.
Passion fruit popsicle.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Hi everyone, welcome to Jason's Table Fruit Lab, where we're investigating some beautiful fruits of Taiwan. I want to invite a guest with me today to do that, and our guest is Giovanni.
Hello.
Nice to see you.
Good to see you, Jason. Thank you for having me.
We've met before.
Yes.
We've met before. So this is a great opportunity today to explore. I think Taiwan just has some really amazing fruits. And today our fruit of the day is the passion fruit.
Oh, the 百香果.
百香果. And what does 百香果 actually mean?
It actually means the fruit with 100 kind of fragrances. Flavors.
Passion fruit, scientific name Passiflora edulis. It is a beautiful vining plant that grows. It is native to Central America, South America. And interestingly enough, where did it get its name from? The passion flower, passion coming from the crucifixion of Christ. Originally, when missionaries found it around the early 1600s in South America, the flower parts reminded them of the crucifixion thing because there's the stigma, which is split into three, so 3 nails.
3 nails?
Yes, and then there's 5 sepals, 5 petals, and they said it was the 10 apostles. And then there's also a frilly filament around it. It looks like a crown of thorns. And then the vine has tendrils, and it reminded them of the whips that was used for juice. So they called it the passion flower.
Oh, I always think that people back then had such an imagination.
Well, a lot, yeah.
Like, oh, think about this.
Giovanni, question for you.
Right.
Passion fruit, when it first came to Taiwan, was it A, called the clock fruit, or B, called the sun fruit?
I would say sunfruit.
Sunfruit.
Yeah, because it's nice and round, and when you open it, it's very shiny.
Okay.
So it could be. But on the other hand, you know, if you don't get the time right, it's gonna taste very bad.
Oh, okay,
So
okay.
Has to do with the clock.
Okay, so Giovanni says that Taiwan, when first had passion fruits, it was called sunfruit. Is he correct? And in fact, when passion fruit first came to Taiwan, it was known as the clock fruit.
Oh.
And why is that? If you take a look at the flower itself has all these different lines and things like that. It reminded people of a clock, of the hands on the clock.
If not of the passion of the Christ.
Yeah. So the first one is Tainong 1号. And so this was a cross of the yellow and also purple one, so it's kind of a reddish purple. And this one is known especially for being self-pollinating. So this is self-pollinating. It's very juicy, a lot of pulp on the inside, great acidity, great flavor. So this is considered the best one in the world.
Wow.
And then you have this one. So if you take a look, what can you tell me? This one is more purple, but this one has lots of little...
They have these yellow dots.
Little dots all over it.
Yep.
So this one, in fact, is known as 满天星.
So,
which meaning for
sky full of stars.
Sky full of stars.
All the stars in the sky.
So this is another variety that is less common than the Tainong 1号. But this one is called 满天星, full of stars. And again, it has a really high sugar content, and then the fragrance is really great, and it has a nice strong acidity to it. So 2 different varieties of passion flower and passion fruit that you could find in Taiwan. 2 varieties of passion fruit, let's try them both. This one is the Tainong 1号, Tainong number 1.
The best in the world.
And this one is the 满天星. But let's cut this one open first.
Sure.
And you have to be careful when you're cutting, and you cut right down halfway in.
Oh, you cut it that way.
And then that way you can open, and wow.
Oh.
I think that's crazy. It looks a little, I don't know, isn't that scary looking a little bit if you haven't seen it before?
It looks like something went wrong.
Right. But already, once we cut this, the juices out there, there's the aroma of the passion fruit.
It's very, very sweet, actually.
So just watch your fingers as you go in. Sometimes I might even use scissors. You can use scissors and cut around there. But this is the Tainong 1号. And then this one we got over here. And also, it's super cool. Just be careful when you're cutting, and bam, there you go.
This one actually looks nicer.
Wow.
It's nice and full. Oh, nice.
So it's this kind of scarlet-colored skin with the purple, and then you can see all these little things. So, all right, spoons.
All right.
Let's do this. Let's see. Smells really amazing.
It's nice. That kind of sourness, I think it's similar to a lemon, a little bit. And the sweetness kind of reminds me of fruits like banana or even Buddha head.
Oh, okay, the cherry moya, yeah, sugar apple. So that's Tainong #1. And let's take a look at the Mantian Xingxing, so the sky full of stars.
Right.
Yeah, you can take a look. And these are slightly smaller fruits. But let's take a look inside. Okay, so cut it here. Ooh.
It's actually easier to cut too.
Wow.
See, I got it all on one
Oh,
side.
it's all on one side.
Yeah.
So if you take a look, the flesh is a little more golden colored.
Yep. Almost like a pumpkin. This is actually very, very sweet.
Slightly different flavor.
Yeah. It still has a bit of sour.
And I think this one, again, much richer, sweeter flavor on it. Still very fragrant, a little bit less acidity.
Yes.
But I mean, I think both of them are great. And I know passion fruit's used a lot in desserts.
Yeah. I mean, they work very well. How about like you have a vanilla ice cream and just put a bit of passion fruit and add some totally new colors to it. That would be nice. Or some yogurt.
Delicious. So, question for you. In order to pick the best quality passion fruit, should it A, when you shake it, have a sound of liquid in there? Or should it B, have no sound at all? Yeah,
try it.
this
can
one.
try.
Yep, shake them.
So the one has this one has the water.
You can hear it moving around, right?
This one has the water, and this one
You don't
this one
hear
is
it.
very
Yeah.
My instinct tells me that if I hear a lot of water,
Yeah.
it means that there's not enough water. So it moves around all over.
Okay.
If it's very, very more like full, it means that there is more juice, it's more
okay.
compact, and you don't hear that much.
Okay.
I'm gonna
Giovanni-
buy the one without the sound of water.
Okay, so Giovanni says it is the one without the sound of water. That is the better passion fruit to pick. The deliciousness, is he correct? Yes, he is. Yay! Well, let's just double check. Let's just double check. So here's a knife for you,
Okay.
and I'm cutting the one that you can hear. You can hear
that's
stuff
not a
moving
good
around.
one.
You don't. Okay. Let's just verify. All right, ready?
Right.
1, 2, 3. Let's see.
Beautiful.
There you
Look
go.
at this
Beautiful.
one.
Okay. So we see that the one that you cut is nice and full on the inside, and the one that I cut, which had some sound in it, is kind of a leaky mess. But let's
Yeah.
taste test the differences.
Yeah, let's see.
So
Here
thank
it
you.
is.
Thank you. So juicy.
Yep. And this one you actually really need to
Scoop to get all
scoop it to get all the juice out.
That's delicious. I mean, it looks like little eyes looking at us, but I don't mind. Sweet, aromatic, very, very juicy. Okay, so that's the one with
Beautiful.
no sound. And let's try the one that we could hear the sound in there,
All right.
where it's kind of detached from the walls already.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
We should have done it the other way around.
Yeah. So that one's a little bit more sour. I feel
Yeah.
like the kind of flavor peak, we missed it.
Yep. It even has some little bubbles.
Yeah, like a
coming
slight
out.
fermentation,
Yeah.
things like that. So, okay, let's clean our mouth with,
With
the,
the good one. Well, this is a good passion fruit. Yeah.
Giovanni, you've talked with us a little bit about different ways that you eat passion fruit, and I mean, there are so many products with passion fruit in them in Taiwan, but today you've brought something a little bit more unusual. And what is this?
This is called a garlic crispy fried passion fruit flour.
Flowers. Oh, okay.
That beautiful flour we've been talking about,
Yes.
but it's fried with all this beautiful fried garlic.
And I think it's really interesting, not only the fruit, but the plant. Parts of plants are edible, so I know sometimes dragon fruit. People eat the flowers and
The skin.
yeah, so lots of different ways of creative cuisine. And I heard that this is actually from a Michelin recommended
That's right.
restaurant. So,
Yes.
so
It's not something you find everywhere.
it's very
actually.
unusual.
It's very, very unusual.
And probably very seasonal too, I think. Because
Yep.
we talked about, you know, the passion fruits. But please dig in.
Okay.
Yeah, because passion fruits, they flower only a certain part of the year. So
Right.
I bet it's a seasonal delicacy. And it's covered in lots of
Garlic. So after this, no kisses.
no kisses after. Okay. All right, so dig in,
Gonna have
please.
the small one.
Yeah. Wow, so this is the whole flour that's been battered and fried, and
I love it, and it feels a little bit like artichoke.
exactly. Okay, so that is a vegetable that you rarely see in Taiwan, but
Yep.
artichoke, which is delicious, classic Italian vegetable,
Right.
carciofi, right?
Carciofi. Yes.
But you're right, it does have that kind of slightly nutty flavor, and I'd eat that. That's delicious. Wow, 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 wow.
It's a very, very nice combo.
And the batter's crispy, and then I don't think I expected to know what a flour tastes like,
Yeah.
you know? But it has almost like a little bit of asparagus texture,
Yes.
and then again, artichoke. If you haven't had artichokes, you need to go to Italy and have some artichokes. They're delicious.
Absolutely. Yes.
But
Something we gotta try.
great. And something else, a little
Something
bit
else.
sweet.
Yeah, dessert now.
And what are these called in Italian?
This in Italian is called il ghiacciolo.
Il ghiacciolo.
Il ghiacciolo.
And in English, it's a popsicle.
A popsicle, passion fruit popsicle. Il
Wow.
ghiacciolo al frutto della passione.
Il ghiacciolo alla frutta
Della passione.
della passione.
Bravo.
See, I did study Italian, but I didn't learn that, but I should. Okay, cheers.
Cheers.
Popsicle. And you can see all the different seeds here. Wow. That's the classic.
You
way
need
to-
this in Italy, man. Like, you need this one. You know, when you're in the beach, you know, need some sun, and you should eat the passion fruit popsicle.
And I love that the little seeds are in there. Gives it that little bit of crunchy texture.
That's right.
And again, just that little bit of sugar in there in the ice. Super refreshing.
Super refreshing, and it's not too sweet. It's not one that makes you feel very, very heavy or great.
Delicious. Well, I don't know about you, but I learned a lot about passion fruit today. So happy that you could come and join me. We can take a closer look at one of the most unusual and I'd say most delicious fruits that you can find here in Taiwan.
Definitely.
So
Thank
next
you so
time
much.
you're at the market and you see these, snatch them up because you can't get them everywhere. And this is Jason's table, the Fruit Lab, and Jason and Giovanni, and we will see you next time. Bye.
Bye-bye.